Guys, welcome to today's segment on the CEO's Networks podcast. One thing I realized is my voice sounds deeper when I speak another language, but when I speak English, it sounds a little higher. It's just crazy to me. But look, guys, we've got some trends this week that's going crazy right now. If you hear a little change in my voice, I'm just a little bit sick. But we've got Conor McGregor running, or who wants to run for president in Ireland. We've got crypto pumps. We've got Elon Musk telling, is it Bob or is it
Bob.
Disney?
It's Bob.
Crazy. Telling him to just, that F slur off, right? And the worst of all, we've got the Pope saying that we need to make churches less masculine, just to show you the crazy fight that's going against masculinity right now. What do you guys got to say?
Man, let's start. This is a lot to unpack. Let's start from the beginning of that list and work down because there's a lot of content here, guys. Get ready.
Duno, let me ask you something. Today's episode number 10, right or wrong?
Guys, episode number 10.
Amazing. Not only that, today is the first day we launch Trending Tuesdays, right or wrong?
Today is going to be the day on Tuesdays where we topic all of the trends.
Yes, sir. Every Tuesday from now on. So what is the first item on the list?
First item on the list. Let's start with the juiciest one. Should we start with let's make it juicy later. So let's get
the best
brush
last.
this one off, right? Let's brush this one off.
That lineup's pretty broad.
This one's most recent, right? We've got Musk telling investors not investors, advertisers, mainly Bob, to F off. What do you guys have to say about that?
Bro, let me put it right. Look, Elon, finally, we get some dude to sit down in a chair with all the money in the world and say, you're trying to blackmail, which is funny, which is blackmail
that's
means.
FU money right there.
Bro, more than that. You look, literally,
FU
freaking,
money.
he sits down in the chair, he has the money, he has the power, and he decides to take it into his own hands. What does he say? You're trying to blackmail me with money? He goes, suck your mother. Twice over, bro. And he calls him by name. It's not like he's calling out some entity like, oh, no. He says, hi, Bob. That takes real balls. I congratulate you on that. I want to see more from you, Elon.
Yes, sir. It's funny, actually, that happened because most corporate guys will never. Ever pull a movement like this ever in their career.
Never.
So Elon, he has those golden brass bull nuts. He has some humongous
South
balls.
African fucking bull nuts, bro. He got, bro, he black.
Yeah.
He black.
Yeah,
he got like 6 kids.
Yes, sir.
He's from Africa, bro.
That guy has
He's blacker
Donkey
than
Kong
Duno.
balls in his pants.
He was
type
born
of
in
shit,
Africa.
He don't even care about what people think anymore.
Bro, not
it's
anymore,
him
bro.
against the world.
You know what's crazy, right? What's crazy with all this is it kind of shows you, and I know we're always talking about this, personal brands, right? It shows you the power of Musk's brand right now.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Peaking.
It's a huge sign of respect. Like me, I was like, dang, my respect just grew for this man, right? Like just from me. So imagine how many people he's also inspiring that are like, yo, we need to stand up, not just for free speech, not just for anything like that, but when you don't like something, when you don't agree with something, say something, right? That's essentially what he's advocating for. He's not gonna I'm not gonna sit down. You tell me to sit down, I'm not gonna sit down. I don't want to sit down.
I like that he finally gave the FU to Disney. Because that's particularly who Bob is. If you guys don't know the beef, the main Disney owns most of all the media. I don't know if you do any backtrack. It owns most of all the media. Mickey Mouse is writing so many checks, and you have no idea that Mickey Mouse is writing these checks. But the checks ain't funny. Ain't nothing funny about these checks. These checks are big. But for him to go to Disney and say, F you, guess what? Now everybody's going to start slowly saying, F you, F you, F you. Why? Because he set the precedent.
Dude, a lot of these topics that I have right now, right, they blend into each other, right? Because Disney is, in my opinion, is one of the biggest attackers.
Monopolies.
Exactly, especially on kids, right?
Yeah.
They're the one who's pushing the woke stuff. It's Disney, bro. It's Disney writing the checks.
Yeah.
It's Disney funding it. It's Disney putting out the programs. It's all Disney.
They've lost so much money, not just this year, but just this month, or December's just getting started. So imagine what December is probably going to end for them. Apple's happy because Apple's the only one that can buy them, right? But going along with Musk's brand, right? Let's tie into Conor McGregor, who says he wants to run for
Talk
president.
about personal branding. Look, personal branding. You got someone that took his personal brand, Conor McGregor. He went out there. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm from Ireland. And I come here to fight. And I come here to give him my hands and then use my hands in special ways to knock out the opponent. I bounce heads off of the canvas. You bounce basketballs. That type of guy. Took his personal branding, and now he's running for president. But this is the difference. He's taking the same blueprint from who?
Musk.
No, Schwarzenegger. Remember Schwarzenegger? He wanted to run for president.
What's his name?
Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not how you say it?
No.
How do you say it?
Bro, hold up. Ladies and gentlemen out
Is that
there,
how you say it?
do not get confused. He means to say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Alley-oop? Right.
Yep.
No. This is what I meant to say. He tried to run for president. He couldn't run for president because he wasn't born. They became the governor of California, took his branding, and he assumed power. Conor McGregor owns Ireland. Ireland is one of the biggest countries that promotes all the woke stuff,
That's true.
So that means that they have no morals. There's no gates. There's no morals. You got the money. You got the power. You got the presidency.
And you got the mouth, right?
And Conor McGregor, you're a party boy. Everybody knows you're a party boy. I know all the people that are in your circle, all the people in the shadows, they have videos of you doing the coke off of the strippers. They have videos of you doing the crazy shit on your yacht.
Yes,
it's
sir.
already been known. The social circles are all talking about it. You can't hide. The moment you get into office, they're going to be like, hey, Conor, you remember 2013?
But look at it like this, right?
You know what's gonna
4K, bro.
You
He's
know what's
bought and paid for it. He's bought and paid for it. He's a puppet.
But look, what happens
The
in
worst
Ireland?
thing for Ireland is putting Conor McGregor on there.
Hell no, it's not. You know why? These people, they're born to drink. Like
Yes.
from the moment they're born,
Yeah.
they're drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, you're a man.
Yeah.
You know, this guy owns a brand. He's like the #1 UFC fighter
Yeah.
in history, right? Like he's done all these accomplishments and he put Ireland on the map internationally.
His brand was literally, I don't know how long it took, maybe 12
Proper
months.
12, the
for
Proper
his-
12
Yeah,
whiskey.
proper
for
tough.
Bro,
Proper 12.
$1 billion, right?
Yeah.
So imagine that, right? So going against what you said, right? Where you said they have everything on camera. That's the biggest sign of ownership when someone's like, okay, so
Bro, it's not okay. Dude,
look
this
at
is what's
Trump.
going
Look
on.
at Trump, right? Look at Trump.
Yeah.
His life is mostly on camera, right?
Yeah.
And so many people came at him for videos or things like that he had in the past. Maybe not as crazy as McGregor.
McGregor's is crazier because
Exactly,
his
because it's
social
McGregor.
circle already
It's
listen, look,
insane. Yeah.
This social circle already goes like, yo, when the camera's off, this guy's doing lines. This guy got the women lined up. This guy's a party boy. This is what I'm trying to say. He is already bought and paid for by my mortal enemy is Shadow Wizard Money Gangs. They're constantly, doing spells and stuff. These are the Satanists. These are the people behind the woke agenda. These are the people that are running the world into the ground that think being a human being is ugly. They own Conor McGregor, right? They're like, Conor McGregor, you got to understand, bro, when you go into the system's already bought and paid for 20 times over, bro.
Yeah.
30 times over. You don't go anywhere in this system without somebody saying yes or no. He's already bought and paid for. He's going to be the head of Ireland. He's going to be like, oh, yeah, whiskey, Conor McGregor, the fighting Irish, right? And people are going to love him. But the economy of Ireland is going to get completely worse because the last thing you want. Now, it's cool, yes. Does my monkey brain want Conor McGregor as president of Ireland? Fuck yeah, I do. But does my human side want him as president of Ireland? Absolutely not.
Look at it
That's
like
the
this.
last thing Ireland needs,
Look
bro.
at it like this. I don't know who said this, but they're like, there's going to be a president who's going to become president just because of their influence on social media.
I said that in the last podcast.
It might have been you.
Yeah.
So
you know
look at it like,
who was low-key throwing dabs at that? The Rock on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yes.
Well, he
Like,
said
he's like, yo,
yeah,
you smell what I'm cooking?
yeah, but he said he wouldn't want to run for president, which is
Every
crazy
guy
to me
says that.
they went to The Rock.
He's doing reverse psychology on
Yes.
everybody out there.
The Rock?
Because essentially what he's doing, he's actually testing the level of interest
Yeah.
to know if he can actually gain the right popularity and votes for him to actually go in. And I think that's what he's doing, and he's gonna do it in the next presidency run.
He might.
You know, the thing is,
That
The
would be
Rock
crazy.
is also somebody that's bought and paid for, as in, like, The Rock is run by Shadow Wizard Money Gang. They're the ones funding his thing. They don't want somebody. They want the publicity without the morals.
Right.
They don't want somebody with the morals and that has the backing. No. They just want somebody that's a complete shadow that they can fill in with whatever they want, and then you have the image presented like, oh, The Rock is gonna go and he's gonna.
Well, that's the thing.
Everybody but Trump.
Everybody but Trump.
Yeah.
Well, see, look at it like this, right? That's why I think there's a shift, right, in narratives and all that stuff. You have X, you have Rumble, and I don't know if there's any other platforms relating it, but look at it like this, right? They can't just push a certain message out
Right.
there anymore, right? Because now they're like, oh, we got competitors, which is X and Rumble,
Right.
Especially with what Elon Musk wants to do with X, turning it into the everything app, right?
Yep.
Where you can shop, you can do all that stuff, right? There was a post recently that he's like, the people that are gonna do the best on X are the people that genuinely are influencers.
Yes.
Not, oh, your title is an influencer. Like,
Yes.
oh,
People who have fans and not views. Because
Exactly.
there's
A fan
influence
base.
that have views and there's influencers that have fans.
Right.
If you don't have fans, you're done.
and not just fans, because you can have fans, but they don't buy shit from you.
They're
Right?
just views then.
So exactly. So going back to the topic of, let's say, The Rock running for president or McGregor running for president of Ireland, the influence they have is strong, right?
Right.
We can both agree they both have some pretty strong influence. Their brands are, they both have alcohol brands like tequila.
Yep.
The
Well,
Rock.
Conor McGregor sold
Bro.
his, but he's still a publicity
Exactly.
partner. Like, he still got to
Yes.
do like the promotions. But I think he made a cool 800 million.
Yeah. Proper 12.
Proper 12 whiskey. For the whiskey when you're a proper president.
Crazy. So look at it like this, right? They have that type of influence, and I think what they want, they typically know how to get it, right? You said bought and paid for. I think most people typically are bought and paid for, right? Whatever
99%. Yes.
whatever the interest. Of
Nobody can buy me.
That's good. Amen. Listen, record him. Remember that. The next time he sells out, oh, Franco said no one can buy him. He's buying paid for.
Nah. To bring it back to the point, whatever their interests are, right? If
Yeah.
they genuinely are gonna run, sure, we're gonna say, oh, they're doing it for the people, right? Like The Rock used to say, he's the people's champion, right?
Right.
Which is cool,
Man, you think he's a
but-
deep-seated plant?
dude.
You think this has been planted in him like?
Who knows? I finally remembered my point.
Mm.
Morals, right? X and Rumble allow morals being brought into light.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because now it's not just what narrative or agenda that YouTube or Disney or whatever is pushing in front of you.
Yeah.
So going into narratives, right? I think there's a great segue into the next point about the Pope. Dude, Pope says that the church was never meant to be masculine. We've masculinized
Yo, you know what the Pope
church.
said? You know what the Pope said in short terms? Yo, we need to get some bitches in here, dog. There's
That's not what he said. He's
There's
saying,
too
He's
many
saying,
motherfuckers,
this is
bro.
what I think he's saying. This is what I think he's saying. He's saying,
I'm just being funny.
I
He didn't say
support gay people. That's what I actually.
I
Yes.
think it's worse than that.
I think it's worse than that too.
No, but it starts with that because here's the thing. Like now, if you don't actually accept gay people,
Yeah.
you're actually the worst human being on earth.
They,
Right,
bro,
like, they-
those-
You're
What do you mean by
blacklisted type of
accept? What do you mean by accept? What do
Like
you mean by that?
accepting the fact that they are, let's say,
Let them
part
do
of
whatever
our,
they want.
Yeah, do whatever they want, and that they can run their communities and do whatever the heck they want within our system, like school system. Let's say running clubs, being in the government, like all these different things. They're bad.
So you don't think they should be doing that if you're gay?
No,
You
no, no,
don't-
no,
Listen.
Go ahead.
I personally don't think that somebody that it's not not clear about their binary.
Yeah.
So
So your problem isn't with gay. You got to be more specific. Your problem isn't with gay people specifically. Your problem is with people that don't know how to identify themselves.
yeah, exactly. But then that leads to the same thing, right? Like if you don't know who you are, if you don't know if you're a male or female,
Yeah.
you're actually lost. You're gay.
Yeah.
Look at it
Right?
like this, right?
It's-
You're lost. You're gay.
And,
Look at it like
gay.
this, right?
and not to insult anybody because I don't want people
After
out there
insulting everybody gay.
No, I don't
Yeah,
want to
continue.
insult people. But
No.
what I'm trying to say, and I've heard this from people that are not straight, people that are gay, right? Like
Yeah.
I've heard this from them. They're like, I think that what's happening in our society is not right.
No, it's
because you can be gay, it's okay. But don't bring that down through our generations and force it on our school system
Yeah.
like it's normal. Because
Yeah.
that's not the norm.
It's not the
Now,
norm. No.
look at it like this, right?
This is normal. Look, hole, USB.
Look at it like this, right? This
USB.
this business partner I used to work with, right?
A mad hip movement.
This business partner I used to work with, right? She
Yeah.
had a wife, right? Woman, right? She had a wife, and she would always tell me, "Look, I may be, I'm not straight, but I don't promote what these people are doing out there.
Yeah.
Exactly my
I'm
point.
not the same
Yeah.
as those people out there that you see, right?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it's a whole attack on masculinity,
Yeah.
right? You look at if you can take away the people that will fight for something, you can easily get control, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they take control of your family. Guess what? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do, right? You look at what, in my opinion, this was one of the biggest things that kept me away from college was the fact that people would go to college and
And change,
come
right?
out completely different. Completely different.
100%.
Like if they went to jail, they get turned out.
Especially girls. Especially girls.
Oh, girls get
my
radicalized
God.
in
Bro.
college. Radicalized, bro.
Now they get baptized
Let's,
in college.
let's before.
In those rooms in college, bro, that shit goes down. Kid, like,
Bro,
shit.
yo, you know what?
Listen, she was just best friends with the football team. You understand? She was just friends. They were just friends.
We were gonna do 2 different segments for you guys. I think we might as well just combine.
No. It's too broad. It's too broad. Look, the Pope,
Yeah,
the
go
Pope
back
is
on the Pope,
massive
please.
influence, right?
Right, let's
All
stay
these
on
people
that.
that we're speaking about, they're massive influence, right? McGregor can run for presidency because he has influence. The Rock can run for presidency because he has influence. The Pope, obviously, his
influence is crazy.
Yeah, his influence is crazy to the next level, to the point that he has the same influence as, let's say, all of the presidents in Europe and Asia combined. However, this man comes out and says, you know, the church needs to be a lot more feminine.
Who do you think is telling him what to do?
Who?
Okay, I mean, do you really
the
want to get
devil.
into that? No. You really want to get into that? Look, so there's 3 popes. Listen, I would never kill myself, and if I ever go against what I'm saying now, I was cloned. All right. There's 3 popes. You can look this up. There's the white pope, which is the figurehead, has no real power. He's there. He's the point. He's the pop. He's a pope. He's the puppet.
He's a puppet.
There's the gray pope, and then there's the black pope. The black pope
Skin
is
color?
no. Like color wise,
yeah.
like color wise. The black pope is in charge of the supreme Jesuits of Jesus Christ. This is Jesus Christ's private army. You can look this all up. It's all on the internet. All it takes is 2-3 seconds. This is what I'm trying to say, right? Man, woman, children, everything else on the planet.
Yep.
That's the original structure. What's higher than that? God. God, man, woman, children, everything else on the planet. The most masculine thing on this planet is the church. Why? Because that's where man goes to talk to who? To God.
Can't
This
talk
is
to these
God's
girls,
house.
bro. Can't talk to these girls.
Not only that, but there's a verse on the Bible that speaks about how the man runs the family, right? Like the man is the head of the family, and for the family to run properly, the man needs to be connected to God.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
There's a whole chapter about this particular structure, and now the Pope is telling you, be a fucking fag. Don't have a family because you can have kids, right? Like, and just I welcome you. Come, my children.
And the Vatican has fallen. The Vatican has fallen.
Look at it like this, right? So many. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of women that argue the fact that no, the man doesn't need to be the leader of the household. That's fine, right? But
until someone breaks in and they call the police and they get a man to come and help them.
Not even that. Look at the end results, right? Look at how many kids are
single mother
mindless,
households, bro.
Not just single mothers. They could have a man and a woman. And they could have a father and a mother in the household.
But if the father's a simp,
if the father is a simp,
discipline his
if
son,
he's not properly running the house, right? Whether it's a son or a daughter, right? There's this famous quote: "Fathers are there, to keep sons out of prisons and daughters off poles," right?
Yeah.
Now, you can say whatever you want about that, right? Mothers can do the same thing. They can potentially keep their sons out of prison. They can keep their daughters off the poles, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they can't do that. But look at the stats, right? Now, someone, give me the website. Tell me where to find the stats. Bro,
Google it.
It's right in front of you.
Just write it.
Most people that are out here in the streets, now, circumstance can put you in the street, right? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, right? But no fathers in the home. No one to discipline them, right? And if the father is in the home, he's probably soft. He's probably afraid to say no to his woman.
He's a pet.
Right?
To
he's
the
afraid
wife.
to say no to his kids because he's afraid the woman is gonna leave. He's afraid the kids are gonna, where it's
where
like,
does a man like that turn to?
terrible.
You know what he turns to? He turns to God.
But look
he
at
has
it like
to go
this.
he has to go to his hub and recharge and re-energize. He has to get that worship that Holy Spirit in him to conquer this world, because this world's already been conquered by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For the figurehead to say, hey, look, don't be what you were naturally meant to be, and to try to be something else. It has completely fallen. It has been completely taken over. They planted their flag and they said the Catholic Church is done, is deaded, bro. Masculinity is held and embodied in the church. What is more masculine than taking your suffering and breaking it like our Lord and Savior? Nothing else. You break that order of command, you have no command.
But look at it like this, right? When you get rid of that, right? You kill the masculinity. You kill the father.
China invades Russia.
I know what's gonna happen. I'll tell you when you're done.
You take the father's balls, right? Basically, he's a man without balls. A
Yep.
man without balls is basically worth nothing, right? Because
Low
what are you
self-esteem.
what are you gonna do with him,
Yeah.
right? Like what you could tell him what to do. You can tell him, yo, go do this and that. He's essentially
Yep.
a slave, right? So you take his balls. Now he's a slave. He's a slave to his woman. He's a slave to entertainment. He's a slave
Yep.
to porn. He's a slave to whatever, right? What are you left with?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
What do you
hot,
do to What do you
messy-
do to his house? You could take his house.
Destroy
You
it.
could do
He won't
everything.
fight.
Nothing's stopping it.
You could take his woman. He's not
Everything.
gonna fight. You could take his kids. He's not gonna fight.
Yeah.
Why? He's too afraid to fight, or he just, you know what? It's whatever.
Listen, it's crazy, right? Because
No values, no more.
Listen, these OG Catholics need to stand up. Where is your OGs? Like I believe I'm a Christian. I see I have a lot of friends that are Judeo-Christian that have Catholic values and things like that. Where are the OG Catholics that are stepping
Christians,
up?
OG Christians, because Catholicism is a branch from Christianity.
Yeah, no, 100%. I
right?
understand. What I'm trying to say is that there's monks like in the Catholic Church that that have been in the mountains like fucking praying isolations. Like where are these guys? These guys got to come forward and be like, we don't speak for him. You have to understand within the whole community, you have to have a section that comes out and says, yo, this man, he's already been taken over, okay? Because that's what it is. They've planted their flag. The Luciferian movement has planted their flag. They've already claimed their victim, and they said the Pope is ours. We have compromised this whole system. It's done. It's garbage. It's deaded. We need to rebel. It is what it is.
Listen to me. Humanity is never going to overcome God.
Never.
Right? Never.
Never.
It's so crazy that now that we're speaking about this, and this is something that it's going to gravitate towards very negative human behavior, right? It's going to generate the worst
It's already done.
of
Yeah.
humans, right? It's not in the volume where
what it
it's-
can be,
where it can be, right? So we're not in that stage yet, but I always joke around and I always say, listen, in today's world, we have 7 women to a man, and 50% of the men on earth, they're actually gay, or they're leaning towards, some
Weird shit.
weird twisted shit. Now, I'm not here to speak about that, but I'm here to speak about what needs to be addressed in today's society, right? One of the things that I was saying earlier is that, these people that have, their confusion about their sexuality, I do respect them.
Yeah.
I do respect them. They're nice. They're respectful. They're educated.
Yeah.
However, I don't think they should be in a position of power because they're corrupting our society, for real.
Yeah.
If you have a gay governor,
Yeah.
what do you think is going to happen to every legislation law and everything that they propose? It's
I
going to
understand.
lean
I understand.
towards basically...
As a Christian, I want to lean towards the person's morality. That okay, yes, you are a gay governor, right? But where are your morals? Do you believe in the family value? Whatever your family is, do you believe in that?
How do you
believe in the family
reproduce?
unit?
How do you reproduce, right? Like, humanity is all about, creating...
the next generation.
The next
Legacy.
generation, right? Like, so you're breaking that, and then not only you're breaking that, you're bringing diseases to humanity because
Yeah.
there are many sexual diseases with these type of behaviors in the sexuality of the human.
That's just a gamble. Look, if you're going out every single night and getting laid, the likelihood of you getting something is very, very, very high. Like
Nah, not really.
We'll put it like
I'm
this.
kidding,
We'll
I'm
put it like this. Look, you got a girl, right? You and the girl
Yes,
are together,
yes.
right? You and the girl are together. Let's say you're in a type of mood to have sex, right?
Right.
And the girl, you have to go to the girl and you have to say, you have to coerce her into giving you sex, right? Most guys, not your problem, this is your problem, but most guys, the girl be like, I have a headache, I have this, so now you're unable to have sex because of some BS reason that the girl's presenting you with, right? When it's 2 dudes, you'd be like, hey dude, you want a blowjob? And what does the other dude say? Okay. And guess
Yo,
what?
How do you know?
Bro, listen, look.
You know, he knows
listen,
a lot
look,
of
listen,
shit.
Look, listen.
We
look
don't
at
know
it
where
like
he goes
Look at it like
after
this.
the
I'll
office.
tell you how I know. Because at the end of the day, men are simple and they get to the point.
No.
right?
I know why. I know
Women
why
are
you know.
complicated and they don't get to a point
No,
because they don't
no,
have
no,
one.
no,
Hold up,
look,
hold up.
wait,
Real
wait.
men are not simple to get to that point, all right?
wait,
Correct that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, ain't
Listen to this.
nothing.
No. Listen to this, right? And 2 points. One, with what you're saying, right? A lot of women think, sex is easy to, like, just tell a man, you wanna, and he's gonna do it. I don't think so, right?
What do you mean by what do you mean by
Like, she'll be like, you wanna have sex tonight or something, and they think sure, if you haven't given it to him in a while, he's probably gonna be like, yeah. But a man who's got shit to do,
Yeah.
he's probably like, not
No,
tonight.
no,
I'm
no.
gonna be
Nah,
honest.
Nah.
Second
I'm gonna
point.
be honest.
Second point.
Go ahead, tell me.
she could be
Because I'm
mad
going to burn
enough.
you
Yeah.
right now.
Second point, with what you said about gay and lesbian, right? Like, I think Candace Owens said this, right? She's like, she had to move away from her, homosexual friends, male and female, right? She had to move away from them because every conversation they would only talk about sex or what they were doing with their partner. Because think about it, a man and a woman, you can't go all day, right? But a man and a man could potentially go all day.
That's disgusting to visualize. So do not even talk about that shit.
A woman and a woman, they could potentially go all day, right? So every time now if I'm quoting her right, and this was the interview she did with Andrew Tate. So whenever she's talking to them, that's all they would want to talk about. At least that's what she said. Right?
Because they made it their identity. That's
their whole identity.
Forced them to say, listen, you're not black. You're not this. You know what you are? You're gay. And that is okay. And it is okay. And I'll tell you why it is okay. Because at the end of the day, everybody's dealing with their own suffering. Everybody has their own sins. Everybody has their own suffering. When you force when you force your sins and your suffering on other people, that's when it's not okay. You can't force everything that is forced in your life. It's satanic. If it's forced, it's satanic. If it's natural, if it comes easy, it's God.
Look, and to really, conclude a few things about the Pope and the church and all this nonsense that's happening and every year only gets worse. God is working with humanity. This week, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Daddy Yankee had his last, concert, and he converted to God. Right, this is a guy that for decades has been known by the Hispanic community, and like what happens is, and worldwide, not only Hispanics, worldwide, this guy now says, "I'm converting to God because I haven't found happiness." Right, I think a lot of people lean towards being gay or non-binary or whatever you want to, put that into whatever words you want. Because they can find true happiness. Money is not true happiness, right? Like traveling is not true happiness. Maybe being married.
You can't even turn to God anymore for true happiness.
Yes, you can.
Yes, obviously, to those that are awake to have the eyes open,
they do.
Can.
Right.
Society's telling you.
Look at it like this.
You can't even turn to God.
What's happening? Dude, hold up. What's happening right now, and like if you guys observe what's happening and what God is doing on earth, God is telling us He's coming soon.
Oof.
There's an awakening that needs to happen in humanity, right? He's using these very big influencers. Not only Daddy Yankee. You guys have, if you guys look backwards, like in the last 2 years, you guys will find like massive influencers, massive artists, actors, like converting to God all of a sudden.
It just doesn't trend.
And it doesn't trend because good doesn't actually run too fast. Like if it's negative, it'll run fast.
You want to get deeper than that? Very quickly, Lucifer Morningstar, in his angelic form, when he was in heaven, he had one responsibility, and you know what that was? Music and entertainment. So music is a form of control, like the vibrational frequency that you put music. This is already tested. Look it up.
100%.
This is all scientifically tested.
I tested it on myself.
When he got kicked out of heaven, where did he fall to?
Earth.
So if you fall to earth, what are you going to bring with you? Music and entertainment.
Yep.
So what the whole entertainment and music industry is what? Luciferian. They're all out in the obvious now. It's very clear.
Bro, look at it like this. Music can change your emotions like that.
Yes,
100%.
Listen to a rap song for a long enough period of time, you're gonna start having those thoughts. You're gonna start wanting to do
absolutely.
exactly
You're a street dude,
right?
But you were born in a 7-figure neighborhood.
Bro, I wanted to deny that fact for so long that music can like persuade me, right? And
you ever heard the song?
I put a test. I was like, yo, let me see if songs can actually
I
persuade
did that
me.
myself.
Bro, your thoughts change, your emotions change, your personality starts to change, right? And a point that I think one of you brought up, right? Where's it gonna go, and why are they doing all this, right? In my opinion, society always resets itself.
100%.
What happened to, I think it was Rome, right? That fell. Why did they fall? Because of things like this, right? That was happening. Right? So
I think about the Roman Empire often.
And you know what's crazy about the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
When they knew that they were gonna lose the war and that they were gonna be overtaken by the enemy.
Oh, they started cashing out.
Not cashing out. They sent out the most entertainment to the city to entertain the city
every week.
Why? Because they needed to entertain people.
You imagine how lit that was back then? You're like, yo, you want to see a guy get killed by a tiger?
It's crazy.
Only 5 pieces of gold, not 5 pieces of silver.
It's crazy.
But the Roman Empire is a perfect example of what we're looking at worldwide today.
Well, we're based off of Roman values.
Correct.
Yeah, like the West, like the society, the structure, the
a lot of
the
it.
courts.
A lot of it.
Roman values. But look, to sum this all up, guys, right? At the end of the day, all you can do as a human being, as flesh and blood, is just to turn to God, right? And the way that you turn to God is not on this outside world. It's within yourself. It's within. If you feel bad, you're going to make the world feel bad. If you feel good, you're going to make the world feel good. These people that are causing this pain and misery inside, they don't feel good. And someone in their lives, in this world, normalized that feeling of not feeling good. They felt not good for so long that they don't know any other feeling, that they think not feeling good is the good feeling, right? Or maybe these people are so fucking deep into it that they're like, yo, I want nothingness.
Look at it like this, right? To tie into the next topic, which is going to be a short one. Most people are looking to escape reality.
100%.
Right? All of these things, right? There's so much things coming in your head like they're telling you reality sucks, bro. Even I saw it on X this morning, or Twitter, right? If you still want to call it Twitter, bro. This woman went to India to escape depression, and she ended up getting raped, right, and murdered, right.
Holy shit,
bro. So it shows, and some people were commenting in the comments. They're like, well, guess what? The U.S. Most people think the U.S. is bad, but when they leave the safety of a first world country to see what's out there in other countries, it's terrible, right?
You know, it's funny. You could go to those countries. Don't lose your thought. But you could go to those countries. Look, you could go to India, but you have to adapt to what? Their mind frame, their thinking, their way of life. If you bring our way of life in any other country that's not like woke, bro.
And look, she got lured in.
For you, bro.
She got lured in by weed or something like they were like, you know, drug peddlers or something, like what they're called, right? But talking about escaping reality, GTA 6,
right? Baby.
114 million views in 2 days, right? That's not a song, right? The funny thing is, Grand Theft Auto 5 is what got me into entrepreneurship like heavy.
Really?
Right?
Because in the game, you
tell me about that story.
You can stack paper in the game, bro. You can buy jets. It has an economy. You can go to your rival, blow up their plane, lower the fucking price.
Right? And I was playing on a PS3 at the time. And I'm having fun. I'm like, yo. And for me, it wasn't about the shooting. It was about the money aspect. I was like, the more money I make, the more stuff I get.
I'm keeping my money away from Duno.
Bro, cars, houses, jets, bro, you could have everything you want in the game if you worked for it.
Yeah.
And I was grinding the game.
Dumping that shit.
Day and night. I'm talking about leaving my PS3 on, like, you know, where you could you tie rubbers around the controller, leave it on all night, and you go to sleep, and you're making money. Bro, I was doing whatever it took to make money in the game. And I think at one point I had like 150 something million, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I owned everything. I owned the private jets. I owned the hotels, bro. And I was like, why am I doing this in a game? I'm like, why am I doing this in a game, right?
Wow.
I'm like, there's no, like.
That's a bummer.
Exactly. I'm like, is this possible in real life, right? And then, bro,
I'm happy you actually mentioned that because
most people don't have that realization.
The consumer economy is the new economy, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, it's always been a consumer economy. What are you talking about? No. It's been buying stuff economy. Now we are actually focusing on the microtransaction of what you're actually consuming. What does that mean? Within GTA 5, they had a system laid out where you can make money, where you can work, where you can buy stocks, where you can do all this thing.
Live a second life in there, bro.
Now in GTA 6, they're investing in crypto within GTA 6 where you can actually make money. There's going to be premium versions of the games that you're going to be able to buy, and within it, you'll be able to make money within it. Just from what they learned from GTA 5.
You want to hear a prediction?
Yeah.
Maybe by the time this actually happens, I'm dead, or we're all dead.
Or cloned.
You know, or clone or something, whatever. But you know, as a salesperson, I'm thinking about all these things that we're saying. And, you know, when you're a salesperson, you're always thinking about controlling the emotion of the person. This is how people react, right? It's like the marketing and the behavioral aspect of making somebody go from A to B. Now, what I see happening in today's society is that the government and all these big entities, they're actually ruining the human brain 100%. So that they don't feel like they can accomplish happiness. So that then when the digital era takes an effect in humanity, everybody's behind a screen and living a false reality with goggles at home. You don't need to be traveling anymore. You're only plugged into the digital world. And this is how they're ultimately going to control humanity. And not only that, that's how they're going to ultimately control the economy, the world economy. 100%. That's going to come.
You know what's a crazy ass thought you just gave me? You imagine, right? Because GTA 6 is going to have AI. You can look this up already. You're going to have a mic set, and you're going to be playing GTA, and you're going to be able to talk to the NPCs. Like, you know you're in a video game, and the NPC's like, I'm not in a video game. I'm in Vice City.
Yeah,
right? Imagine this, right? Check this out. This is getting really creepy. This is Salem creepy time, right? You're gonna be in GTA 6. You're gonna be talking to these NCPs, right? And then eventually the NCPs in that game, NPC, sorry, in that game don't know that you necessarily are God. You have an avatar in GTA 6, but the NPCs in that game don't know that you are God, but they are speaking to God, but they don't know that you're God, right? And imagine if they knew, like if they could push through the avatar form of what you go and see their God, and their God is some fat slob just sitting on a desk playing games, hooked up to a fucking, hooked up to a fucking a system, and then you know this as a video game character. What the hell do you do,
bro?
In that video game, as a video game character,
this brings it back to Wall-E, right? You see everyone in that movie, they're fat slobs, right? They get everything comes to them.
Yes.
Like, bro, so many movies. Like most people,
they show us a future, right?
Most people think the future is Terminator. I don't think it's Terminator.
Oh, it's definitely gonna get to Terminator.
I think it's Wall-E.
It's definitely, bro.
I think it's Wall-E.
100%.
I think
it's going to
Terminator,
bro. 100%.
I think Wall-E is the best prediction because you look at what Musk is doing, right? He wants space travel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You look at where everyone is getting obese in the U.S., right? You also look at video games, right, where we cannot. Most people, I don't know who. I forget who said this, but you won't be able to differentiate reality from video games. Right?
The human brain can't differentiate.
Bro, Duno, I have a question for you, okay? We're going to play hypothetical. You are a businessman or a cartel member, whatever you want to call it. You have $100 million, right?
In the game.
No, real life.
Right.
This is like real life. Let's say 10 years from now, you have $100 million, right? And because you have $100 million, you're investing in politics, you're investing in all things.
Right.
Like your branch is going all things. Somebody comes up to you and goes like, Duno, I have a private AI army for you, right? It's only going to cost you $400,000, $500,000, and you're going to have an army of AI bots. What are you doing?
You buy it.
Okay, now you right?
I'll buy that shit.
Yeah, you'll buy that shit, right? And then you buy one, right? Now you have a private army of AI bots, and what do you have?
Private army of AI.
So what are you guys gonna do naturally with your private army of AI bots?
Probably team up.
Or what do you do? Fight each other, right? You're gonna send your AI bots to fight, and you're gonna send your AI bots to fight for territory. And then there's probably gonna be humans like as slave masters in charge of the robots, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? 10 years from now, Terminator, bro. We're gonna be fighting robots, bro. If you don't think we're gonna be fighting robots,
I saw a video of a guy flying a jet and not a jet. It was like a flying suit. Bro, and this guy was shooting like massively from that suit, like Iron Man, bro. I'm like, holy shit.
Yo, these poor fucking Afghans are fucking like, what the fuck is that?
There's no AK-47 saving you. Like, there's none. Like, literally, like humanity is definitely heading towards doomsday. Terminator Day. But Wall-E with the Terminator because
after Terminator.
No,
Wall-E's after Terminator.
Because here's how it goes, right? Like we need Terminators. This is how they're gonna keep people inside of the house, and if you leave the house, you get killed.
Guess what?
Right?
The AI robot isn't racist. The AI robot isn't racist. You understand?
No.
You broke the law. Guess what?
You get killed.
You broke the law.
Yeah. Police dogs. Look at it like this, right? It's a combination of everything. You're gonna have Wall-E. Right, you're gonna have because think about it. What happened in Wall-E? The pilot of the thing was a robot, and it didn't want people to go back to Earth, right?
Because then it loses purpose.
Exactly. And then you look at Terminator, right? So imagine a combination of the both, right? You have robots that are keeping people in line, and someone is controlling those robots, right? But then you also have most people are too lazy to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you have to gain at that point as someone who's in control? Is it just the fact that you have complete control?
This is what's going to come down to. Look, this is what's going to come down to. The people in power, Shadow Wizard Money Gang, the people that are running the world in the shadows, right?
He loves that
the
term.
reason why they're focusing so heavy on AI is because for two reasons. This is the sub reason. I'm not going to tell you the primary reason, but this is the sub reasons. They need people to do their shit. These people are not going to step outside and go to the grocery store. These people are not going to clean their own houses. These people are not doing that, bro. So instead of getting Jose or fucking Miriam or whatever to do it, they're going to have an AI robot to do it. And once they have a working AI functional robot to do it, all of the subclass of human beings, guess what's going to happen to them?
Wipe out.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And then it's gonna be an elite form of humans, and those people are gonna conquer the scars.
You know,
those people are gonna get in the spaceships and go fly and go to planets and stuff.
You know something in regards to the future, right? Like, first of all, let's start back to the original conversation. The Pope.
Right.
Pope.
Yo,
I just gotta say this to you,
motherfucker, man.
You are a fucker, moron. You're ruining humanity and making people think that this is normal.
Should be a
Fuck you.
Point.
I'm against that. I'm actually for God, and God you know, I hope that this touches people and people understand that there are good things happening and bad things happening, and that's one of the bad things happening. So wake up, wake the fuck up. Now the next thing is, in regards to everything that's happening, and you know, and we're ending 2023, heading towards 2024, new year, new resolution, new everything, right? What's important, guys, for people out there today?
Listen, family, 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 family.
And if your family doesn't reproduce, you're in the wrong family. You're in the wrong family.
If your family,
look at it like this, is everybody meant to reproduce?
You know, that's very funny, bro. You're getting into eugenics now, and eugenics is like only a certain group of people deserve to reproduce.
Not like that. I'm not looking at it like that,
Yeah.
right? I'm looking at it in terms of, because I'm not gonna be the one I'm not gonna play God and say, oh, these people deserve it, these people don't, right? That's a whole different line of thinking.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is asking a question.
Look at it like this. Look, like you see the movie Idiocracy?
No.
Great movie. Look it up. Idiocracy. It's an amazing movie. Literally, like a fucking wrestler becomes a president. But this is what happens.
The Rock.
Pretty much.
That would be crazy.
In the society, right? Smart people, when they're gonna have kids, they think about, okay, where's the kid gonna go? Where are we gonna raise this kid? What education we're gonna give him? Stupid people, when they have kids, they just bang them out, bang them out,
like
bang them out, bang them out. So there's gonna be more stupid than good.
Nah, look at it like this. Patrick Bet-David made this clear point. He's like, the wrong people are having too many kids. The right people are not having enough kids.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why, you know what's really funny too? You look at all these powerful people, they have mad kids, bro.
Not all.
Because they know.
Not all of them.
Bro, that we don't know, bro, I'm telling you, bro, most of these people that you see that you think, oh, he doesn't have a kid, bro, he has kids, bro.
Yeah.
It's just you don't know where his kids are at.
About him, yeah.
You don't know about him. He has freaking kids, bro. Look at Tate. Tate was like out here, He's like, you have kids. And they're like, okay, yeah, I do have kids.
Yep. It's funny. It's
At the end of the day, we're doing this for the future generation, and those are the kids. Why are we standing up? Why are we talking? Why are we fighting? Why are we doing all this? It's for the next generation. What earth are they going to inherit? Do you imagine you could convince a 6-year-old that he's a dinosaur? I can guarantee you, I could get a 6-year-old here and talk to him, and by the end of it, he's going to think that he's a dinosaur.
You'll confuse anybody.
Bro, for sure. 100%.
Most people, right? And this is a pretty fun fact from Patrick Bet-David's newest book, right? He said a business in America that's like 100 years old is considered an old business.
Right.
In China, 50,000 businesses are over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Right?
Multi-generational.
The oldest business was like 1,000-something years old in Japan or China. I'm confusing it, right? So look at it like this. The Toyota Way is the book he got the like that type of info from, is the fact that, you know, they think long term in China and Japan. Like China and Japan, they think like 100 years ahead, right?
Yeah.
Let's not worry about us right now. Where's this company gonna be in the next?
But you know the big difference.
Multi-generational.
Exactly.
Right. They don't think about
have to make it obvious that in China the business is one and the same with the government. There's no separation of business and government in China. So like when you have ultimate funding, like if your business fails, a part of the government fails, and they're not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
Here in America, you go out of business, it's like
they celebrate it. They almost celebrate it. Yeah. You know, it's corny. But back to what you're saying, multi-generational wealth is the most important, and I think the Americans, they lack that mindset. Right? It's almost like I've heard parents, for instance, that they want to make all these millions, and then they say, "Oh, fuck my child." You know, my child is not gonna get $1. You know who Warren Buffett. This is how he thinks. I mean, his generational wealth is gonna stop with him. He's gonna help other people, but not his genes. Not
it only
his,
takes what,
his
2 generations to fuck up the bag?
3
generations to fuck up the bag?
Most of it.
Yeah.
If they're not taught right. Because there's
the Carnegies, I think it was.
There's tons and tons of like when it comes to wealth, right? Like you have generational curses and all that stuff, right?
That's common.
No, it's already real. A generational curse is like if your father was an alcoholic, you're more likely going to be what?
Unless
an alcoholic.
you're able to
break it with the power of Christ.
Very, very powerful minds. That's what it takes to break it.
And on that same topic of wealth, right? Last topic is crypto, bro. Massive pump in Bitcoin, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
So look, I'll put it like this, man. The thing with crypto is that it's like, okay, you can't. Nobody trusts the government. No one in China trusts the Chinese government. Nobody in America trusts the American government. Nobody trusts the government. That's what it comes down to. I know so. So what happens when you don't trust the government and you need to buy stuff and you need to have an economy, you need another option. That's where crypto comes in. People know where this is headed. They see the dollar going down, 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 down. You're forming BRICS. China's separating from ourselves. We're putting money into Mexico's economy, boosting up their economy. Everybody sees the play. So they're like, okay, what's the next step in that? Crypto. It's only natural.
Look, I'm a crypto investor, and the industry of crypto is just not regulated, and it's not so easy.
No rules.
No, exactly, no rules. It's like, you try to eat, somebody's gonna kill you when you eat. Like, they're gonna eat a chunky pork, right?
Yeah.
Like, almost.
Yeah.
So crypto is not regulated, but what's happening now is that there are many major investment institutions actually following regulations and making sure that it gets pushed to the right people so that the government finally makes crypto the norm for certain investment opportunities.
Bro, I'm terrified of that.
So it can go into the banking system and actually operate across the United States as part of the economy. That's what's happening.
Shit out of me, man.
Now, what happens with the economy in the United States, and it's concerning what's happening worldwide. The United States printed so much money. Inflation is so high, and it's only going to get higher in the next 48 months. Why? Because what people don't understand is that when they print money, the inflation doesn't switch automatically. It doesn't happen like instantly.
Yeah,
it has a
disease.
delay.
It takes time.
It has a delay period that usually takes between 2 and 3 years for it to actually hit, right? Now, what's happening is the United States knows absolutely everything that's going to happen with the economy. The dollar is losing its strength, right? People do not respect the dollar the way it used to be respected. So what I think is going to happen is that the U.S. government is going to essentially aim to burst the economy burst it into the ground, essentially burn it down, right?
And then rebuild
rebuild it completely. And the only way to rebuild it completely is not printing dollars anymore. It's gonna be towards some sort of digital
currency.
asset.
So you think COVID was a way of transitioning people away from cash in order to get to the electronical system of like crypto and money?
No, I think that
Because cash is freedom.
yeah, for sure. And the mindset of, recession proof and all that came into play is a big thing. A lot of people make money doing that. And I actually know a few people that's their main focus of generating wealth and getting to the
Do you know how powerful it is to tell somebody, I give you $40 right now? Not, do you want to charge my card $40? No, yo, bro, I'll give you $40 right now.
That's Cash App.
That's weak.
Bro, let me tell you, you're not getting it. The principle of like, I'll Cash App you 40, broke. Yo, $40 right here. Look, it's right here. That's power.
Look, I think, and back to the question of COVID, I think COVID was not necessarily something around the economy. It was something around the mindset of the people. It's controlling,
fear control.
controlling the population.
You know what I love doing, bro? When I see fucking stores that say cards only, I literally walk up, bro. I'm that guy. I'm so sorry, right? I walk up to the counter and I go like, "Where's your manager?" They're like, "Oh, what do you need to speak to the manager for?" And I go like, it's illegal in the state of New Jersey not to take cash. You know you're committing a crime right now by not taking cash. And they'll be like, "Oh, I can open up the register for you now." I'm like, duh.
But crypto is getting very interesting. I think in the next 2-3 years, crypto is definitely gonna be part of the economic system of the United States. I think it's gonna be in major banking institutions. And obviously, what's happening is that people are losing faith in the U.S. dollar. A lot of investors, they're now buying gold. This is how they're actually paying and moving money, not in dollars. Dollars are actually being burnt outside of the United States. And the thing is, the U.S. economy doesn't run on the internal economy. It runs on the world economy.
The buying power
exchange,
of the United States.
On the exchange, right? On the exchange market, right? This is how the economy really runs. And then what's happening is, you have Russia, China, all these other governments. They're like, screw the dollar. Now, I don't want to know where the dollar is going to end up going. But what I do want to make sure is that my hard labor doesn't devalue with the U.S. dollar. And that's it. That's the mindset of all the Americans that know how to earn money right now. This is how everybody thinks, right? Everybody's protecting their hard-earned money. How do I actually protect it? It's a real estate. It's a digital assets. It's a crypto. It's so many different ways of doing it. And obviously, everybody's going to do it in different ways. But this is what we're looking at right now in 2023. It's very concerning. kudos to those people holding on to Bitcoin. If you have some cheap ones that you want to sell to me, I'm paying $20,000 per Bitcoin, 50% off because I'm Franco. You heard? You heard it here first.
I have a question for both of you, right?
Yeah.
Let's say the United States debt is where right now? 20 trillion? Where are we at? 17 trillion?
$30 trillion.
$30 trillion, right? Let's say there's an announcement, right? President Biden comes out. He goes, but he's able to muster the words to say, we owe $30 trillion, right? Next to me, he reveals an alien, right? Not an intimidating alien, but semi-intimidating.
A friendly alien.
Friendly alien,
Gives
right?
him a hug and everything.
Yeah, he daps him up, like, what's up, right? And he goes, this is who we owe the money to, right? And unfortunately, they came to collect. And we don't have the money to pay them back, but what we do have is humans. And they want humans.
The rapture of the church. Essentially, this is how it's going to get fake.
This is news. How would you take this news?
Now, I would take that news as fugazi shit.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't believe in aliens.
Yeah.
I don't believe that humans have left the earth, right? I don't believe there's a rocket yet that made it to space outside of the last layer of the atmosphere.
The firmament.
That has never happened.
Okay.
Nobody.
So moon landing fake, all that shit fake.
That's just all bullshit.
Okay.
You're not gonna tell me that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk can't figure it out right now in 2024.
Jeff Bezos went to the moon like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, right.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
He was actually dreaming. I wasn't there.
Let me call him up. Let me see what he says.
Yeah, call him up. Ask him up. But essentially, the reality is that, I think even on the Bible it says that humans can't really escape Earth because the thing is that humans want to escape Earth. Everything that's on the Bible is known throughout humanity, multi-generational, like everybody knows what's supposed to happen. And a lot of people in power, they know that God is real.
Yeah.
Right? And they're looking to actually escape, the rapture.
The rapture of God.
They're trying to escape that God is going to come and actually make them pay for their sins. Yeah. Right? Like, this is how they're trying to,
right? They're like, you're going to make me pay for my sins?
God, you can only get me on earth, so let me go to the moon, right? Like, this is how they think. So it's crazy. But the reality is that nobody, and I'm talking about the billions of people on earth, nobody can say that they've seen these things really happen. We only get the news, and we get whatever news they want to give us.
That's spooky shit, and you're 100% right.
They give us whatever news they want us to know.
So the alien dude that wants to collect souls, you're saying that's not souls, it's the rapture, and they're hiding the rapture.
100%. Like, look, if there's a rapture that happens today, the government is gonna say aliens came and took those humans. This is how they're gonna actually regulate the fact that there is an existing God and that the Bible was real. Yeah. Right? This is how the government is going to try to keep control of whoever stays on earth. Plain and simple. And then they're going to work on regulating everybody on earth. The internet,
how would you take
content,
that news?
all that stuff. Huh?
How would you take that news? President Biden comes out with, and he comes out and he's like,
and he's like,
yeah, he's like, so he's like, we have about, we owe about $30 trillion, and
look at it like this.
They need to collect, and we don't have the money, so we're gonna have the draft for the aliens.
Look at it like this.
This is free speech right here.
Most people,
this is a free
cannot handle the truth.
100%.
Right?
They think we're crazy.
Most people would lose their minds. Let's say an alien, like that's why they.
You think they're Alec Dulac Bar?
Look at it like this. That's why there's movies. They use movies to get us ready for certain information or for certain things, right?
They get onto our subconscious mind.
Exactly.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly, right?
How they
look
react
at it like
to it.
this.
How they react to this
So look
movie.
at it like this. As long as, let's say big, like, oh my God, this big secret is exposed, bro. The fact that some people cannot handle the truth, they lose their minds, right? They start to go crazy. Like, movies showed it so many times, right? Everybody's gonna die, right? People start losing their minds. They start robbing stores, trying to, steal food. Bro, people lose their minds. And I think that's also why major governments or major entities, whatever we want to call them, they keep certain things from us because they know
100%.
they would lose, like, losing control is worse than,
like,
it's
keeping
not
stuff
like losing,
from your girl.
You can lose power, but losing control is different than losing power.
Yeah, 100%.
To keep the peace,
yeah.
To keep